Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to the MLAS orientation meeting for the newly elected members. And these members will start after the IFLA Congress this August, and they will take office from 2025 to 2027. Great. My name is Loida Garcia Fibo. I am the chair of IFLA Management of Library Association section, and I am completing my first term. Here with us today is Loy Yun Chin, and she is the secretary, the fearless secretary of MLAS. We are a very friendly and professional section, and so we always welcome all comments and suggestions. Today, you will notice a little bit under the weather, and so I might have to step out, but hopefully everything flows very nicely. I would like us to start with the new members, if they can introduce themselves. And I will share my screen now. Okay, here we are. Before we go to the new members, and I hope everybody sees this well because I see a black bar in the middle of my screen. I will offer some information about MLAS. We have 21 members. The IFLA standard number of members is 20, but we had a vacancy 2 years ago, and there was a glitch at membership level, so we ended up with 21 members. But as you saw from the elections, IFLA is very welcoming, and this is very important. MLAS is a core section of IFLA. The chair is a member of the governing board member body. And this has been the situation since MLAS was established more than 50 years ago. Currently, the section has 150 members, and these are coming from library associations from all over the world. When I started as chair, the world was still experiencing different socio-economic, geopolitical situations. We had 172 library associations as members. And so you can see there is definitely a shift in the world. We also have other members that are from different personal memberships. And so we have about 6 to 8 personal members. And that is great that people are interested in the section. But this section is all about library associations. The members usually are presidents or former presidents or someone who's going to be a president of a library association, CEOs of library associations, and general leadership within library associations. We also have some staff members that are members of MLAS. And now this is the time for the new members to tell us their name and country, the job title, the relationship to the national or regional or international library association, and one recent highlight of your work by your library association, since we are pressed of time. Here on the screen, this is just a sample of what you can find if you search for the work of MLAS on the internet. So I just put there a screenshot with different samples from Google. All right, we'll start with the way I see you on my screen, and I have Juha Manninen from Finland.
Thank you so much, Loida. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon from Helsinki, Finland. Yeah, my name is Juha Manninen. I'm the CEO of Finnish Library Association, and my background is in public libraries, where I worked for 25 years before my current position. My relation to international associations or international networking or work is I'm now a member of the IFLA Public Libraries section, and I'm also a collaborator for European Public Libraries 2030. We are also members of EBLIDA, the European umbrella organization. A recent highlight of our work, this is something that I can't take the
Credit for.
Credit for, thank you. Yeah, but Finnish Library Association worked very strongly in building the national e-library here in Finland, and now it's working. So we have an e-library that covers almost every citizen in the country. Looking forward to meeting with you.
That's huge, Juha. Wonderful example. I'm looking forward to looking into the model that you have followed. Thank you. And next is Laura Balestra.
Hi all, it's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm from Italy, from Milan. I'm a university librarian. I'm the director of a university library based in Milan, and I'm the president of Italian Library Association. I served in IFLA, I think, since 2009 in reference services, because that is my field of interest. And about my library association, Italian Library Association is the only library association in Italy, librarian and library association. Our strategy, as I am a president, our strategy was to enlarge the number of librarians associated. This was first of our aim, and to create a new law for Italian libraries, because we do not have a law for the whole of Italian libraries, and to enlarge our relationships among association and librarians in the world. I'm a member of International Association of University Libraries, of EBLIDA, so there are many relationships that our association with the other librarian associations. So I'm very happy to be with you and to work together to improve our associations.
Welcome. And Juliana Pranke.
Yes, hello. My name is Juliana Pranke. I'm from Germany. I work at one of 4 German library associations. So we are the ones that serves all the institutions.
Excuse me, there is a sound from someone else. Can you mute? Yes, all right, okay. Thank you. Continue, please.
Yes, and I'm responsible for international cooperation. So yeah, that's sort of my angle. Also to IFLA and the work of MLAS. And a recent highlight is something I already also shared with the IFLA mailing list, and I will also present a poster on this in Astana. We had at the beginning of April a nationwide night of libraries. So 1,800 libraries participated of all sorts, public libraries, academic libraries, prison libraries, and they all opened their doors like way past their usual closing times. And offered different services and activities, and it was very, very well received. 250,000 people came, and yeah, that was a big highlight and something that my colleagues here had been working on for quite some time.
Thank you, Juliana. And I was there for the Night of Libraries because the IFLA Governing Board was having a meeting in the spring meeting in Berlin. And I participated. I went to a library at an art museum and a group from solo librarians were there, and they gave me a book they have published on solo librarians in Germany. So I have it here. Thank you. The next person I see here is Davasuren Miegmar. Welcome.
Yeah, Nadia. So it's so nice to meet you all virtually. So my name is Dava Surin Myanmar, so you can call me as just Dava from Mongolia. So I based in Ulaanbaatar, the capital of Mongolia, and I'm the executive director and co-founder of the Mongolian Library Association. So my background is mainly at the National Library. I worked for the National Library of Mongolia for over a decade. And so the recent highlight of the Mongolian Library Association is the Libraries Without Borders capacity building initiative across Mongolia. So last 3 years, we visited all 21 provinces across Mongolia and organized the capacity building training for rural librarians, and also the book enrichment, and also some of the component of the project is the renovation of some rural school libraries. So that was the big highlight of our recent works. And in terms of IFLA and international libraries, I worked with IFLA for it's like about a decade, and I'm one of the IFLA OCLC fellows. There was a really nice fellowship program for the young librarians from developed countries. So I participated in the very last cohort of that amazing program just before the COVID. So luckily enough, so really nice to meet you all, and looking forward to work with you.
Thank you. We have I have a very good relationship with also your neighbors, I think, in Nepal. And we hosted, the American Library Association hosted the Secretary General of Nepalese Library Association last year during our event for the United Nations here in New York. And so it will be wonderful to see you one day there too.
Thank you.
All right, and we have Laura Winton. I know Laura is so busy today. Great to welcome you. Also my neighbor, my actual geographical neighbor here in Canada, right?
That's
Welcome.
right. Yeah, hi, my name's Laura Winton. I'm from Canada. I am currently the president of our regional association in Alberta, Canada, and I'm the vice chair of the Canadian Federation of Library Associations. In my day job, I am the director of the City of Beaumont Library, so I'm in public libraries. Recent highlight of work, the CFLA, the Canadian Association, is in the midst of a governance and organizational review. So we're really looking at our structure and our sustainability, and trying to figure out how to generate new revenue and really add value to the Canadian landscape and also the international landscape. And then in my provincial library association work, as Loida referred to, I actually have to run out early today. Our provincial government has just announced some legislation to limit the books available in school libraries. So we've been doing a big media push on trying to get some attention to the need for librarians to be involved in that process and the issues with censorship and book banning. So I have to run away in about 15 minutes to go do a media thing. I'm so sorry, everybody, but thank you for understanding.
All the best to you. We are going through that here, and unfortunately other countries as well. All right, next is Louis, and he was going to help us to pronounce his name.
Yeah, I advise people not to try it. So hello, I'm Louis Quackegun from CILIP, so we're the Chartered Institute for Library and Information Professionals. I'm the CEO there. I've been in post about 13 months. I'm not from the sector. I'm from kind of adjacent sector, maybe sectors, mainly policy roles inside government, with publishers, in universities, and working mainly on education policy. And sorry, I'm in transit. I'm just arrived at Edinburgh Airport. I'm heading home after a very successful Civic Scotland conference. So we had a couple of hundred people in Dundee talking about libraries, which is great. Really looking forward to getting to know you all and working with you. And I also want to acknowledge how grateful I am for all of those who are speaking English in a second language. Unless you want very bad French from me, despite my name, I can't offer anything like that. A tiny bit about Civic. So we're quite old. We're 148 years old currently. We have a royal charter, so we've put letters after your name. You can become a chartered librarian with us, which is exciting. Have about 50 staff, mainly in London, but all across the UK. What else? Things we're particularly proud of. We're in the middle of a kind of annual week of action. Used to be called Libraries Week, used to be in October. We've moved it to June for good reasons. So we're celebrating how libraries sustain economic growth across the UK this week. So there's lots of action happening in Parliament with various politicians from libraries themselves, which is fantastic. Seems to be going well so far, but we're only on Tuesday. Thank you.
Thank you, Louis. MLAS members are by nature very busy because, as I mentioned, they're all CEOs or presidents or staff of library associations. But that is very key because the charge of MLAS is to help build strong library associations. And so we do wonders because people really are very passionate and they dedicate time, but also because we collaborate with the new professionals special interest group from IFLA, and they are the ones that really run the technical part of our webinars, all those webinars you see out there. And so it's mainly like a one-person show in terms of the new professionals. The convener is amazing, and she delegates to the teams, but they are all spread around the world. And so it's a titanic effort. I am saying this to start with because if you see that MLAS is amazing and is doing many things, it's because there are people that work in it and we need people to work. And so we are all very busy, and we sleep, but somehow we manage to collaborate in this either regionally or for the global community. And so we need to keep this in mind. I will now continue sharing my screen, but let's see. I did something here and I need to go back to my presentation. I will stop sharing and do again because I needed to see everybody, and for that I changed. Okay, so we're back. We don't have much time, but please come back to the recording if you need to go. I believe we are missing someone. As you know, we had elections and 5 people were announced elected, but after a review, there were some incongruencies, and I will expand on this during the MLAS meeting following the orientation. And so I believe there is still someone that might be missing from the new members. All right, so I will go very briefly over the following points. The IFLA strategy, the volunteer code of conduct, the committee members' commitments and officer roles, and then maybe expand in others during our meeting. But it's very important that you note that the Division C of IFLA, of which we are part, announced just a few days ago that there will be an orientation from them to the new members, and this is tomorrow. And I know it's very short notice. I read it myself, but there is an option you can, I believe, register and then consult that recording, and I encourage you to do that. All right, so this is the IFLA. Part of the IFLA professional structure. And I wanted to mention the professional council. We all know we have the president-elect, the treasurer, and the Secretary General. Those are the top leadership. And then we have the Professional Council, and we have the Professional Council Chair and divisions. MLAS is part of Division C, and there are 8 different divisions. The division chairs are elected separate. They could be members of a section in terms of their own membership, but they are not elected to those sections. And so they are elected to be chair of divisions, and they comprise the Professional Council. And they have a chair, which is the Professional Council chair. And they provide oversight and support to the committees and groups that work together across all these sectors and around the world to develop and implement different activities that you see that inspire and engage everyone. And so I wanted to just touch on that. There will be more expanded information at tomorrow's meeting, but today I should focus more on MLAS. I also wanted to mention the IFLA strategy. This was a beautiful participatory process. I can tell you the governing board is really pleased on how this developed. There were many forums, there were many consultations. We, as the governing board, also had various brainstorming sessions over a lapse of several months. And the result is that we have focused on one goal. And I can't see it because I have a black bar in the middle of my screen. Okay, I move it. But the vision really is for a sustainable futures for all through knowledge and information. And it includes 3 impact areas. Libraries are connected and energized through vibrant global professional communities. Libraries are recognized, represented, and valued as partners, and libraries are enabled to deliver meaningful change at all levels. And we are underpinning our work in the enabler that is future-proofing IFLA. Ensuring IFLA's governance, projects, and partnerships are effective, transparent, and innovative. This is very important. We took care that the strategy is flexible, adaptable, nimble. So if there are any man-made or natural crises or pandemics, the members and those that have adopted the strategy can find areas and guidance within the strategy to continue using it. And now we know that this is very important. We have lived through a number of crises, and so we wanted to make sure that the situation with this strategy was that it was very flexible, nimble, and adaptable, and we are happy with that. And I need to go a little bit faster, right? But I have included links and you can explore more of this document. And of course, I'm happy to connect with you one by one to talk about it. We just adopted the IFLA conduct, Code of Conduct for Volunteers now in May 2025. And this is very important. Many organizations and associations here in the United States, and I think Canada and other countries have such a code of conduct, and IFLA didn't. And it took a year or so. MLAS had a representative in the working group, and we are very happy that this was adopted by the governing board. And it was worked out by the Professional Council, and a working group from the Professional Council with a representative from MLAS. You will find that MLAS often calls for volunteers for different working groups to work with the governing board, because we are the section that really caters, so to speak, to library associations. So, and IFLA is an association of associations. So we are really important. And your feedback, your comments are important as well. So I am constantly actually asking MLAS members to look at a draft of a survey, for instance, that IFLA is going to send out, and give me comments to share with the IFLA staff. So those are things that we do very hands-on. I prepare a Google document or I compile it and then send it to the appropriate staff person. And so I just wanted to read this, right? By volunteer for IFLA, you agree to read, understand, and adhere to the code of conduct. And this commitment ensures that IFLA remains a respectful, inclusive, and welcoming environment where everyone can share ideas, connect, and contribute to the global library community. And volunteers are encouraged to actively engage with the code by applying these principles, roles, and seeking guidance when needed. And there are very important areas there. And this is one other document that will be explained during the meeting of Division C tomorrow. All right, so now we are into MLAS, and we have only 4 minutes from our half an hour. But the colleagues at MLAS recently agreed that we will go over this half an hour. And those of you that need to go, please come back to the recording. We have so much information. And we wanted to add some of the points from Division C because it was a bit, short notice. So for you to be aware of the content of the meeting. But now we're going to go to management of library associations and our contributions to the World Library and Information Congress. In 2021, we were under the pandemic, and one of our colleagues from Germany, actually, she was the president of one of the library associations there, Ute. She coordinated an advocacy video series, and these videos are available on all the different IFLA languages, 7, and she interviewed library leaders worldwide, sharing best practices for advocacy related to the regions. Very valuable. And as you may remember, 2021 was an online Congress, and this was our contribution. Then we have Empowering Library Leaders and Diversity Worldwide. This was 2022. We held webinars with the different regions of the world, and I was the information coordinator for MLAS back then, and I coordinated that together with members from different regions and with the regional divisions. And so these webinar recordings are all available on the MLAS YouTube page. I also encourage you to browse it. There are many videos from our past events there. And there was a write-up on this blog of the management and marketing section with a summary. We also have, in 2023, we started an advocacy impact evaluation project, and this is led by Dr. Dijana Mahala. She's from Croatia. She's a past president of the Croatian Library Association. She was president at the time. Very important work that concluded this year. And I think it's a very significant contribution to the library world because we don't have a paper, we don't have a research about how advocacy really impacts our, what is the impact of advocacy that we do at the different levels. In terms of library associations, there are many other research out there, but in terms of library associations, we don't have that at a global level. And so now we have that. There's going to be a paper and there's going to be a webinar in June 18 with the results, but we received a preview of the results back in February when we met in Berlin for our midterm meeting. And also in 2023, our webinar series was on SDGs and library associations, again, with many of the regions of the world. And those regions that were able to participate with us, well, those videos are featured on the recordings on our YouTube page. And you can review those on our YouTube page. There was an article on the IFLA MLAS work in the regions of the world, and this was part of the IFLA newsletter. So there are also opportunities to write and publish on IFLA publications if you are a member. And here is just a bird's view of some of our videos on the IFLA YouTube page, IFLA MLAS YouTube page. You can follow us on Facebook and YouTube as well. I want to mention that our Facebook page is very popular. We have thousands and thousands of followers, and there are many library associations from the continent in Africa and from, I will say, Asia, maybe South Asia, that very often use our Facebook page as if it was their Facebook page. I have learned that there are many library associations that do not have a website, they don't have a community, so they are using the IFLA Management of Library Associations Facebook page as their own. So if you are a member of our page, you will see many posts from different countries. Sometimes they congratulate each other on achievements. And I think that's a beautiful thing because we are offering that service. And so we have had that conversation a number of times, and it's great that they feel so comfortable and free to use the Facebook page that we provide. Because, as you know, we don't have budget or staff to create pages or to manage such communities. And so this is what we can do for the moment. And then from that, I wanted to jump to the MLAS report from 2024 that was in February. Includes a summary of many of our activities, and the link is there. You can look it up. But one document that we developed was a sort of like an infographic to feature and really show how library associations are moving towards the future and what are the contributions, the strategies and innovations, and using MLAS as the main base. And then I wanted to share this document with the world because then they can also use it to justify their own work in terms of, you know, we're aligned with the United Nations, with the different events and efforts, initiatives from the United Nations. For instance, the High-Level Political Forum, the Summit of the Future, and how could they be aligned? Well, there are some examples in the center that are coming from MLAS activities, but you know, it's in the hope to encourage and motivate library associations. And these are available, this is available on the MLAS page. And this is an infographic as well of management library associations participation on UN events, and in the shape of the chair that was part of the IFLA delegation to the High-Level Political Forum. And there are some examples as well. And it's also available on the IFLA, our page. Now moving forward, Building Strong Library Associations has been our kind of like banner initiative for this last year. It includes 5 priority areas. We had meetings where I prepared a chart with different data, and the committee itself looked at the data. We look at 3 different columns and how these priority areas were kind of, you know, coming on top. And so we had, I shared this to say that what we do, it's all the time is based in consensus and consultation, either on email, we use Google Documents, and we also, of course, discuss during the meeting. Sometimes the meetings go to over 2 hours, but it's important that everyone has an opportunity to contribute. And so the 5 priority areas are on the screen. We are now at the conclusion of this priority, at this effort with the priority areas. And then come August, we then, as the section, meets and decides, you know, what else we're going to focus on, and working groups and so on. And so we also have a report on our year after the 2024. First report was in February 2024, and then now the second report came out in May. and I encourage you to look at it. It has information on the areas included under the Building Strong Library Associations initiative. I mentioned there are 5 priority areas and includes webinars, events, and hopefully mentorship. And here we have them. This is an example of one of the priority areas that we kind of like extract to make it a standalone webinar because there is such big demand about financial sustainability for library associations. So please, if you can, make a note and join us. Then there will be recording as well. And here are some, this is an example of the article I wrote in April for the eFlat newsletter, and I expanded it for our report, and you're welcome to read about it. And it really details all the activities and with whom we collaborated. Very interesting. For instance, we had events with library associations. With the Lebanese Library Association, we presented the annual conference of the Lebanese Library Association with them last May, and the topic was digital preservation of cultural heritage. And then with Croatia, we participated in the Croatian Library Association back in November 2024, and with a session on strategic planning. And also Dr. Dijana Mahala coordinated a program last May on advocacy impact evaluation. These programs are possible because the members in the region or the country are the main and point to coordinate, and I collaborate with them or other members work with them. So I hope no one is scared, but there is a lot of work. And if you want to see MLAS in Finland or Germany or in your country, then please know that you will be the main contact, and then we will collaborate together to make that happen. I was also invited to Romania in person, in Finland online, and Dominican Republic online to share work from MLAS and some of the findings about, for instance, strategic planning, financial sustainability, and so on from our priorities. Other events, the Lesotho Library Association in Africa coordinated an event with the Sub-Saharan Regional Division. So it was, at the mid-continent level on building strong library associations. Very incredible program, great effort. And the Lesotho Minister of Information, Communications, Science, Technology, Innovation was there in person, and I was there online. And then there are other events that we have done, for instance, the Next Info last August. And for all these events, sometimes, I should say, MLAS create a working group that will contribute, for instance, reviewing papers that are submitted to the conference, and or selecting speakers. And so there is, again, a great deal of work, and everybody it's happy doing that. We want to contribute and help our colleagues around the world. And then this one here, it's a list of the different webinars that we are presenting with the regions. There are some that already took place, but there are others coming up. For instance, the one with the Latin America and Caribbean region on June 20. On July 8 will be with Asia and Oceania, and the last one is with July 17. Excuse me, I am really sick. July 17, and it was just changed the date today. So that's why it says another date there. So those are the 3 remaining webinars with the regions. But so far we have 2 of the recordings are on the YouTube page, and the recording of the 3rd one with Mina from April should be available later this week. If you are interested, we can I can share with you, this is the link of the Google document with the various working groups from MLAS, and you can take a look at the work we have done, but come August, the working groups may change according to what the section decides they want to do. IFLA new professionals, they are part of MLAS. We sponsor them. And the New Professional Special Interest Group started many years ago, 2003. I was one of the co-founders, 2004, I should say. I was one of the co-founders with Stuart Hamilton. He's now elected treasurer of IFLA, and Andrew Cranfield, who is the executive director of EBLIDA. The three of us started it long time ago, and it's been part of MLAS. The convener is an ex officio member of MLAS, and they were really, really hard. Dr. Paria Arya is the convener of the New Professionals, and without her and the team, we cannot present the webinars. That is the truth. And there are many things they do. They're really active, and they collaborate with different sections throughout IFLA. We're very proud of them. And Women Information and Library Special Interest Group, they've been part of MLAS. We sponsor them, but after a review that is done periodically of Special Interest Group, they are going to close this group in August. And so they are now working towards, we'll see that happen. But we are going to have a webinar on July 14 to showcase their achievements and successes. This group's been in place for many years, I will say more than 15 years, and they have been very active during the last year. And now I would like to just mention that okay, let's close. I would like to close the section on our achievements, activities, the groups we sponsor, and now move to a section where IFLA officers from MLAS share what they do. Here on screen, we have the chair role, and you see there are many points there. It's very important that I communicate with the governing board, participate in the meetings. Also, if there are many important areas that they look into related to library associations. Again, IFLA is a federation, an association of associations. And so I consult with MLAS and I bring those comments, the consensus, maybe questions, ideas to the board. And so the consultation happens every month. There is an email or two to the members. Not everybody answers because people see the emails at different times, but those who answers, I take those comments and bring them to the board without names. And so it's a great activity in terms of that we do contribute to the overall IFLA strategy and actions. And so participate in strategic planning, in the implementation, in the review. There's also very technical aspects where the chair is the only one that goes into, for instance, action plan from IFLA to enter the information in collaboration with the secretary. So there are wonderful aspects and also technical aspects, and they are all very important to share the activities and how we are impacting library associations worldwide. Very important that I take very serious this role, and respect, trust, confidentiality, transparency is very important to uphold because there are many situations, and as a former president of the American Library Association and member of many other boards, you bring that to this role, and it's very helpful to understand then how to manage the situations that we encounter at the global level. We are not expecting wars, we're not expecting pandemic, we're not expecting attacks on different countries, but library associations also are part of those citizens, of those residents. And so it's incredible the way in which we can support each other. And so that's a very serious role that is not on this description, but is part of it. And now I would like to welcome our secretary, Loy Yoon Chin, and I will ask her to share more about her work and also talk about the midterms from MLAS. Lloyd June, welcome.
Thank you, Loida. As the secretary, this is my second term. I'm going to end my term in 2 months' time in August. I'm sure many of you will be glad to continue to be the secretary of this MLAS. I'd like to share the midterm that we had when I was in MLAS since 2019. We had one in Chicago that was before the pandemic. And after that, we had 2 years, we didn't have any. And then we had again in DOC Chicago that we had at the American Library Association, the midterm that I first attended when I joined MLAS in 2019. And in 2020, we had this in Chicago, just in February. That is just 1 month before the world starts to close down. And we had the second one in Switzerland, that is St. Gallen, in 2022. This was in 2022 was in St. Gallen, Switzerland. We had a very good midterm there, and we managed to have a lot of discussion and also visits to the museum, like the cloth museum and the libraries in St. Gallen. And the next midterm that we had was in Paris. I think the third one was in 2023. We also had, I did not attend this, but I managed to attend the meeting online, and also the minutes. I managed to take down the minutes. And this, I think Loida was there, and then she mentioned that it was a very good meeting also for this midterm. We had, besides being midterm with the MLAS members, for each country, we had the library association from each of the respective country that we have the midterm. We work with them, like for example, the midterm in Chicago, we had the ALA, and so we had the new professional joining us, and we also even had the IFLA Secretary General coming in Chicago 2020. And in 2022, we also had the IFLA President joining us in the midterm in St. Gallen. That was the one that we had the President of the IFLA joining us in St. Gallen. And had member, you see there's many members joining, but 2023 we still had a lot of members joining the midterm. We have enough quorum for the meeting. We also have, besides the midterm, the paper presented, and also we have the meeting. The meeting, we need quorum. I want to mention here, for MLS is a big group, 21. So our quorum for any meeting to have any discussion or any approval is we need 12 members. So all this time, I'm very happy that MLAS has been able to hold their meetings with more than 12 members. So all our meetings are all approved because we have enough quorum. For 2023, we have 2024, we had not many members join, only about 3 of us, Loida, me, and also our former information coordinator, Micheline. It was held in Astana, Kazakhstan, in person. We had together with the Eurasian Asia Library Conference. It was a very good conference, and this Astana is also going to be our venue for our WLIC in 2025. We are going to go there again this year. And we had a lot of paper presented, Loida presented, and a few of the MLAS members also presented papers during this conference. This is the working committee for the conference. We have Loida, and then we have Micheline inside, and all the other rest will be from Astana, the university libraries, and many of the libraries that work together with us. We have met many participants, not only from Kazakhstan, but other parts of the world. This was a very good conference in Astana. And Loida presented paper, and she was also the moderator for many of the sessions. So 2025, we had just recently in early February, we had in Berlin, Germany. It was graciously hosted by the German Library Association by Helen. We had visited many libraries, like the Parliament libraries, as in the picture here. We also had a discussion with the German library professional and also the new professional from the German Library Association. And we discussed a lot of matters like the advocacy and on strategic planning for library association. So we also had the midterm meeting. It was a hybrid meeting with MLAS members. And then a lot of us managed to attend the meeting through the Zoom meeting. So these are the ones that we had for the midterm. So I think maybe in 2026, maybe Loida will talk more about it on the attendance, as the attendance getting smaller each year when we have the midterm meeting. So thank you.
Yes, I just wanted to thank you so much, Lo Yung. These pages here are pages from the MLAS website, and you can consult more information about Berlin and Astana. Yes, unfortunately, the midterms had been attended by less and less people in person. And so, let me just stop a moment. And so there is a very serious consideration about whether we will meet online next time or in person. And so this is something that we need to discuss. The midterm usually happens on the second part of the year. So if the committee starts in August, the midterm starts after January. Otherwise, it's not considered midterm. And so the committee needs to start thinking and talking about this immediately during our first meeting after August. That will be the first meeting of the new cohort. That's the situation. And of course, we can talk about the reasons. There are many financial, geopolitical, socioeconomic reasons that are affecting the world. But I would like to just finish the presentation. Lo Yung, please, could you talk a little bit about your role as a secretary?
Yes, my role as the secretary is to hold the meeting for the MLAS, which is held every 2 months. We have one meeting, and we have to raise the awareness of the subject, like there is anything in the section that is or given by IFLA headquarters, we need to disseminate the information, and also the good governance of the section through the support of its member. As I mentioned, that we need support in our association. We are an important section in IFLA because of our role. And also the members, they are all in the respective working group. So we hope that we will continue with the support of all the MLAS members. And as secretary, we need to be able to demonstrate the expertise and also the experience and interest of the section area of focus. As Loida has mentioned, all of us are expert in library association. We are either the president or the past president, or we are involved very actively in the library association. And also we need to devote willingness and ability and time and also energy for this role, because we need to take minutes and also to prepare the minutes, and also we need to send out any communication with the members. And also you also need time to not only the MLAS meeting, but you also need to also attend the professional division meeting and any other meeting that you are part of the working group with the IFLA or IFLA headquarters. And we must also be able to act with respect, trust, confidentiality, transparency, and recognize the need to protect personal and privileged information. And I need to set the Zoom for each of the meeting. The next page, I think, is the Zoom meeting. So this will be the Zoom link for meeting and webinars, which I will set. But unfortunately, I'm IT illiterate, which has hindered my work as a secretary. I think I should be more IT literate in order that I can do my work better. That's what I think is my challenge in this MLAS. and also to send notice, agenda, documents for meeting, and also apologies from members who are not able to attend meeting. And just now I mentioned is the minutes of the meeting. We need to do a bi-monthly meeting and business meeting at World Library and Information Congress. We're going to have the meeting in August, and also the midterm meeting that we have every year, and also to communicate with IFLA professional unit, and also to upload meeting. For this, I would like to say that our meetings are not uploaded in IFLA Basecamp, but it was suggested that we send the draft meeting minutes of the meeting in the email, the MLAS email, because they prefer it to have it read in the email rather in the Basecamp. So usually we'll do a draft as after Loida has approved the draft minutes, I will upload it into the email sent to everyone for approval. Once the minute has been approved, there's no comments from the MLAS member, I send it to the IFLA repository, and they will have it approved and have a identifier assigned to the minutes, and you can refer to the minutes in the IFLA repository. And also participate in MAS work group. Besides being secretary, you also need to be participating in all the other types of like the MAS Library Map of the World, the webinars that we have, and also the Library Association webinars. That's the basically the job of the secretary. Thank you.
And I want to emphasize that MLAS officers, chair, secretary, and information coordinator are the leadership team. And I, as chair, I like to consult with them everything. I think it's very important for them to be aware, and each one of you come from a different country, a different association, so your experience is really key, is very important. And so when we present a recommendation, for instance, to MLAS section, is coming after we have discussed the three of us, or like Yun says, oh, what about this other aspect? And so, or the information coordinator said, oh, what about if we do it this other way? So it's very important, and that's how our conversations go. It's not unilateral. I wanted to mention something about the information coordinator. Currently, our information coordinator is not in place. She has the title, but due to the elections coming up soon, now in June, the nominations process will start in June. Our information coordinator that was very active in, for instance, coordinating with us the event in Kazakhstan and in other the webinars and so on before, she stepped down, and we've been just a couple of months without one in place. We have a communications team, and they help as well. But we hope that someone from MLAS is encouraged to be the information coordinator. It's a very important role. It does a lot of work, and I have put some of the tasks on the screen. It includes managing information, communicating through social media, website, as needed. Of course, I as chair also communicate, but we distribute the work. They are also part of the event organizations. They can recommend and put forward ideas for webinars or workshops, and carry that with a working group. Also, resource sharing is very important, and collaboration, again, as part of the officers team. So I hope someone is motivated to be our new information coordinator. And now I would like to go to this last slide before moving to the very last section of this orientation, which is, I think, very informational for all MLAS members as well. The new section and the officers, the nominations start in June 9, they close on June 20, and then shortly after the elections by the section start, and these elections are by the 21 or 20 committee members. And who participates in these elections? The members that continue to 2027 and the new members. The members that end their term now in 2025 do not participate in this election. So that's very important to remember. How it's going to happen? Everybody will receive an email and you vote online, and then IFLA headquarters let us know the results. And so, and it's the email that the IFLA has on record for you. So in the same way that you receive communications, this election email will get to you. And so this here on screen is an agenda for a meeting later when the new committee is, when we know who are the elected members. And so I just wanted to show it to you, very transparent, what's going to happen later. And this should be in July somewhere, as it says here. Before the questions and answers, I would like to call on Anton, who's been waiting there. Anton Torrens, he is from France. He is a former convener of the IFLA New Professionals. He has long-time experience in IFLA, and we're very happy that he is being a member of MLAS for these past 2 years, and he continues to 2027. Welcome, Anton. And I asked Anton to share his experience on being a member of MLAS and anything else he'd like to share with us. He's also part of the communications working group.
Thank you, Loida. It's always a pleasure to take part in MLAS activities. And I have to say, I always consider myself as a baby in IFLA, but I think it's often the case in life. We consider ourselves as newcomers if we're already like old people. Anyway, as you were saying, Loida, I have been active in IFLA for now around 10 years, I think. And I was very active in the new professionals, and I'm still helping. And I have put in the chat the link to have information about IFLA Camp. We are organizing, I say we because I'm also part of the organization team of IFLA Camp. It's a very special event, and it's for all professionals, especially locals, but like everyone can take part in it. There is no age limit because you can be a new professional your whole life if you want. I was in contact with MLAS way before I was a member of this committee, but I have to say it has been a pleasure to work with all the team in the past 2 years, and I'm very happy to go on with a partly renewed team. And as you were saying, Loida, we have an issue on communication because I'm part of the communication team, but how can I say? Currently, I'm not reliable enough to be a candidate to be a communication officer because I'm not really a librarian at the time. I'm still vice president of my association in France and a member of several library associations in France. But yes, I'm the director of the French Institute here in Constantine in Algeria. So the library is part of my job, but it's not my main job. So we really need active people to get involved in the communication team. And I have to say, it's quite exciting because we now have modern instruments. As you were saying, Loida, we have Facebook, we have other tools. But somehow we need a revolution. We need a recreation, and we probably so there will be plenty of space in the new standing committee for people who have ideas, who have enthusiasm, and who want to try new things in communication. And I was also thinking that by listening to Louis, we are all very busy people, but we also know that we have enthusiasm and that we always manage to find time and to find energy to strengthen the library field. And I truly believe that we are here for that, to get new ideas, to get new, how can I say? That's what I've always found in IFLA and of course also in MLAS. It's fresh air, it's enthusiasm, it's dynamism. And so, yes, we're looking for a new communication officer, so don't hesitate to be a candidate in the next few weeks.
Thank you so much, Anton. Something that we have done is that I have sent a call. I sent various calls for people interested in joining our communications team, and I consulted with IFLA staff because the first call goes to MLAS members, right? They're section members. There were many people available. Then we have, or I have, and the secretary have the list of all MLAS members. We cannot share that for GDPR privacy reasons. And so I sent a call for this communications group, and we got 2 responses. So that's wonderful. One person can start in August, and the other one is waiting for us to connect them with the communications group. And this person is from Africa continent, so that's wonderful. I can also send a call on the IFLA list, which is the bigger list, right? That goes worldwide. But we can also send another call to the MLAS members. And if you have members that you know for different ways, right? I don't want to say if you have them in your team because this is not part of their job, but this call goes out, you could maybe recommend someone if they are interested. And so there is space for us to include people in the communications working group, not in the other MLAS working groups that are not members of MLAS, but that would like to collaborate. And so what they will do, it's a bit limited. We cannot share information from MLAS with them, emails and so on, but there is plenty of work. They can post on social media and they can help us, for instance, with the Zoom, other things. And so we will determine how they can collaborate. But it's very important. As you can see, everybody is loving MLAS and their contributions and their programming, but this happens because, you know, there are people that work on it. So at this point, we are way past time, but I would like to open it if there are questions from our new members to go over them. It's so much information. I'm aware of that. If you want to take a moment and come back and listen to the recording and then send me questions, that's welcome as well. The important piece is that I want everybody to know that I'm here to answer questions or to connect you with someone if you would like to explore other areas of IFLA as well. Any questions at the moment? Okay, well, thank you so much to you and also to some of the MLAS members that I've seen that have joined our meeting today. I hope that we don't have like meeting overload, but now we're going to take a moment to switch a little bit and go to our agenda of the regular meeting. If you would like to stay with us, you're more than welcome to do that. If not, the meeting itself will be shared, the recording will be shared as one with the orientation and the meeting, both hours together. So we just need a moment to switch things around. Welcome to the meeting on June 3rd, 2025, with the Management of Library Association section. And I just need a moment to switch things on my own screen. Thank you. I would like to go around the room to introduce the MLAS members that are present at this time. We heard from Lo Yunxing, our secretary, Anton Torrens, and I have Yang Han Wang from China. Hello, are you still with us?
Yes, yes.
Okay, can you please introduce yourself?
Okay. Okay. Oh, sorry, it's very late in Beijing now, have already past 10 p.m. And I'm sorry today I'm the only I am stay at home with my son. I just to type some words to all of you and said I need to slip away to take care of my son to sleep, but I will keep my earphone in my ear and keep with you. And I'm the secretary, and hello all the members, and I'm the secretary of the National Library Association, and I'm been working in National Library of China for over this year is 21 years. I've been working in National Library of China, and I'm being the secretary of Society of China for 5 years. And I remember I joined you. This is my first term, right?
Yes.
And it is a very special experience for me because when I worked I've been joined in the National Library of China in 2004. After 2 years in 2006, that year's IFLA Congress was held in Seoul, in Korea. And that is the first year the Chinese be the work language in IFLA. And I'm the translator. And I'm so happy. I was so happy I'm the translator to attend that year's Congress. Yeah, and worked with many other countries' persons that year.
And now you are the Secretary General of the Chinese Library Association.
Yes,
So that's
Jenny.
amazing.
Yes, in 2006 in Seoul. That is my first time to attend IFLA's activity, I think.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so,
that was, yes.
So because, in Beijing and always our meeting will be very late. So I'm sorry, sometimes I cannot be present with you, and I will try my best to attend you and also bring you as much as more information about Chinese society. That's all. Thank you.
That's very important, and we appreciate that. You have sent us sometimes even notices, and we have shared with the colleagues. And so Seoul was my second IFLA Congress, and I remember it very nicely as well. Great. And then the other member we have with us, Namutenya Hamwawa. Hello, Namutenya.
Hi, Loida. Let me just put on the video. My office is a bit sunny today. It's winter in Namibia, but it's nice cold. Let me see. Okay. Good morning and good afternoon, evening, everyone. Welcome to the new members. My name is Namtenya Hamalwa. I'm a former chairperson for the National Information Workers Association of Namibia, and also a deputy director for libraries and archive services in Namibia. So I've been a member of MLAS, and it's such a great honor really to be part of this great team where we learn a lot from people from different countries. But then I'm also a member of the African Sub-Sahara Committee. So it's always good to bring ideas together from one section to the other one. So I'm glad that I've been part of the team. My term is ending in August, but it was really worth being part of this committee. Thank you.
And Namutenya was part of the IFLA delegation to the high-level political forum. She has great experience, as she said. She's a government a person that is a librarian and is managing libraries for the country. So that's great. And she has collaborated with us, coordinating regional events in Sub-Saharan Africa. And then the other person I see here, oh, I see two more members, Dipali from Sri Lanka. Hello, Dipali.
Hello. I'm sorry I got a bit late to join you because today I was working really at the Open University. I just started working as the senior consultant there.
Can you
That's why I
introduce
got late.
yourself?
Sorry?
Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah. I was a past president of the Sri Lanka Library Association, and I held many posts in the Sri Lanka Library Association, like the General Secretary, the Publication Officer, and Education Officer. And now I'm in the council. I'm a member of the council of the Sri Lanka Library Association. And these days, SLLA is a bit busy.
Please mute.
Thank you.
Sorry, Loida.
Yeah, continue, Dipali.
Okay, that's okay. We have been a bit busy with organizing our AGM on the 27th of June. And in par with the AGM, we have organized an international conference. And this time we are having the AGM and the conference at the University of Peradeniya, which is the biggest university in Sri Lanka. And the librarian of the University of Peradeniya, who is a member of the SLLA, is organizing this ICLIS, International Conference of Library and Information Science. And there are participants from India, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. I still haven't got the final participants list, but we at the moment we are trying to get their papers, and we have already got the papers and to finalize things. So
Great
we are a
work.
bit busy. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing. Marwa from Egypt. Hello, Marwa.
Hi, Loida. Hi, everyone. Sorry, I could not put my camera because I'm driving home. I'm IFLA member since 2003. I was active at the AVM, Audiovisual and Multimedia section, and after at the PAC, Preservation and Conservation. And now this is my third committee that I serve in IFLA. The MLAS, and also I was board member for two times. Unfortunately, the last one was in the COVID period, and my work at the library concerning the Francophone community. So we cooperate a lot with the Francophone countries all over the world. And as you mentioned, I work at the Library of Alexandria in Egypt. I'm teaching library science at the university. And I would like to welcome all the new members of the MLS. And as Antoine mentioned, it's a volunteer work. We are baby in IFLA and in our profession because we are here to learn from each other. And I think that after the COVID, we are trying to find other solution, work together online more than in presence for COVID issue, for economic issues. And I think that we're gonna discuss more. Maybe the person who will attend the IFLA. I'm planning to attend Astana, and I'm presenting a poster with a colleague from Egypt. And I think it will be a good opportunity to meet with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marwa. All right. Well, with these introductions done, we are now following the agenda for the meeting. And so I will now like to move to item 2, to the secretary's items. Lo Yun.
Thank you, Loida, and welcome again to all the new MLAS Standing Committee. The attendance for today we have apologies from Dijana, Dr. Dijana. We have apologies from Adama. Is it Adam or Adam Kohn?
Adama.
It's not Aban. Okay. And then we also
Adama.
have Adama, we call pronounced as Adama. And also Helen from Helen Warner from
She's one of the new members.
yeah, one of the new members not able to join. And also our guest, Miss Helen from IFLA headquarters. They have sent the apologies. They are not able to attend the meeting today. And Imad will be late, but I did not see him in the screen now. He said he'll be late. Okay, and then for the minutes of the meeting, he has been approved for the 15th of 2025. We had the standing committee meeting, which was sent to all members, and it was approved. And it was also sent to the IFLA repository and has been approved and archived in the IFLA repository. For the agenda today, we already sent it to all the MLAS members with the little amendments in number 3A that we will talk about the IFLA election. And also in item 8, where we had a little bit of an update, we included online event with FAIFE during the Banned Book Week. So other than that, the agenda was circulated, and we will adopt the agenda for today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Loyu. The next item, it's about updates from the IFLA Governing Board. There is a really, really good new approach since the last year. Every time the board has a meeting, the IFLA president sends out a message with the highlights and news from the meeting. So I won't go over all that, but I do want to highlight a number of items. And this is from the email from May 30th that reflects our governing board meeting. See you, and thank you so much, Yang-Han Wang. The governing board is following a governance structure health check, and this is in the shape of a chart that indicates, the different activities and initiatives, and then we kind of check mark in what stage those activities are, and it's really good and very transparent for the work of the board that's mentioned on the email. I wanted to mention that there will be a governance review that is not starting yet, but the board is gearing towards that, and there will be call for people that are interested in working on it, being part of working groups, and there will be more information, but that is something that is being put out there for us to be aware of it. Marwa, your hand's up. You have a question?
Yes, Loida, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I forgot to inform you that I have asked for a support letter to apply for the visa. For Egyptian people, we need to get a visa. And up to now, I didn't receive it. And I sent a message to the number they put it. But I would like, if you read the issue with the governing board, to help accelerating the visa and support letter, please.
Okay, I will connect you directly with the staff managing that.
Thank you.
Okay, good. All right, and so, yes, be aware of the governance review that we will have, not yet, and it's maybe in a year or so it will start, but there will be calls to join different groups and town halls and so on. The president and the president-elect section at the LEAC in Astana will showcase and explore examples of where librarians have been able to take radical action to fulfill their missions and deliver for their communities. So those sections will be really important with real-life examples. If you're going to the Congress, make sure you attend them. And the last point from the governing board is that we are meeting on, our next meeting is on June 20. And it will be, parts of it will be open for any one member of the federation. And this is a beautiful development. It's kind of, we're testing how that goes. As you know, in your associations and mine, we have parts of the meetings that could be open and there are others that are closed. And so there will be a message for that to invite interested people to attend. Lastly, town hall meetings. As you have seen, there are town hall meetings that are taking place, and IFLA shares information about different activities and updates. The next town hall meetings will be on June 30th, July 2nd, and July 7th. And this was announced on the May 30th email from the IFLA president. And I haven't seen the registration link yet, but I'm sure it's forthcoming. So town hall meetings, June 30th, July 2nd, and July 7th. And this is important, and you can ask questions if you have them or send them in advance. And so I think this is a great development. Now, the other thing I want to mention as part of the governing board update is that we also received a message about the elections. A very complicated situation, but I think we did the best we could with such a situation where the company, and this is in the message that was sent to everybody, they counted the votes, the company that was used for the elections counted the votes wrongly. They allocated the votes wrongly. And so some people were announced as winners, but they were not. And those that were winners, they were not announced. And so the solution, as you saw on the email, was to include everybody. Announce, not announce, those affected that were below, because there were some ranking points as part of the committees to which they were running for, standing for election, and they will be for 2 years. And as you saw in the announcement, there are people that will be 2 years, others the full term, but is to the best way we could do to keep everybody, because it's a complication. But I hope, and it's not right, it's not, there will never be a perfect solution to something, but I hope that this is better than other drastic measures. We are hearing a message, we hear a noise here. Louis, could you mute, or you have a question?
Thank you, guys.
You have a question? I think he's in transit. Okay, so we'll hang on in here. If someone has a question about this situation with the elections or a comment, I'm happy to take it and share with the board. I received some comments already, so I'm preparing a little list because to me it's important. If you send me something for the board, I will share it. And so I have already like 2 comments that I received directly. If you want to share them here, it's fine. If you want to email it to me, please do so by Friday so I can put them together with the others and share. Okay. Well, thank you. Like I said, there's no perfect solution to this type of situation. The next item on our agenda has to do with the webinars. What I would like to do is share my screen and go to, all right, I first need to go to the events calendar of our section, and then I will share my screen. All right, so here we are in June. If you go to the MLAS page, you can go to events, and the month that we are in, that's the one that's going to show up. So on June 10th, we have the webinar I mentioned of financial sustainability. And the speakers are spectacular. So we sent a call for speakers to the MLAS members. And we have Sharon Memis, Secretary General, Jelena from the Serbian Library Association, Lloyd Junchin from the Malaysia Library Association. We have the president of the Library Association in Zambia, and we have Louis and one of his staff members from CILIP. They will all share information and best practices examples from financial sustainability. The other webinar we have listed as part of ours, but it's not generated by us, has to do with the BSLA report, and is information that has come through research that IFLA has carried out to or around the older Building Strong Library Associations initiative from IFLA that was from many years ago. They carry research to inform which ways that could be updated. So there will be a webinar on June 12th. But our other webinar is on June 18, and it has to do with advocacy by the Advocacy Impact Evaluation Working Group. The speakers are Dr. Dijana Mahala, probably Susan Hyde, a former member of MLAS that is still working on this project, and Pascal Sanz, another former member from MLAS that is still working on the project. On June 20, we are going to have the webinar featuring the Latin America and Caribbean section. We've been in contact with the chair of LAC and with the members that are from MLAS, but members in the region, Carolina, Julia, and Georgia. And so we have speakers. We have 2 speakers at the moment, and I'm expecting to that they send another name. And as always, we have the chair of the committee giving remarks at the beginning. So those are the webinars we have for June and July. Let's see if I can open July. Okay. In July, we have July 8th, we have the webinar with Asia and Oceania region, and they are focusing on advocacy and financial sustainability. Thank you so much, Lloyd Yoon. She is the main point coordinating with the entire Asia and Oceania team. And IFLA Women Information and Libraries webinar I mentioned earlier. And then the last webinar with the regions will be with Sub-Saharan Africa on July 17. And the speakers are yet to be confirmed. The speakers for Asia and Oceania are pretty much set. I think it's a final confirmation, but this team has worked incredibly fast. Very amazing work, Lloyd Yoon. Thank you so much. So those are the webinars. Lloyd Yoon, would you like to add something else? You're the only member of these different coordinating teams that is present right now. Mute. Yeah.
As mentioned, we'll be having on 8th of July with the Asia Oceania Regional Division. We have already confirmed some of the speakers for this. That will be our former Secretary General, Miss Jennifer Nicholson from Australia. We have also contacted Fiona Bradley. She's also BLAS. She was formerly our facilitator for our workshop. And also we have from Sri Lanka, that is Primila. She's also an IFLA trainer. And we have from Myanmar, a former president of the Myanmar Library Association. So we already have 4 confirmed speakers. We hope to get 1 or 2 more speakers for the webinars.
Thank you so much, Lloyd Yoon. This is incredible work. I usually attend all these planning meetings, but the planning meetings for this webinar are happening at after 11 at night or 1 in the morning my time. So Lo Yun, you are amazing. And another thing that we do at MLAS is when we have webinars with Asia and Oceania, Lo Yun has moderated them, or another member that is in the region, because there will be at 1 my time, at 1 in the morning my time in New York. I wanted to, now that we have concluded that item about the webinars, we're moving to the one about information on MLAS activities in Astana, Kazakhstan. And I want to share the agenda that you have, but for purpose of the meeting, I want to share that for us to be very clear about the information. So this is the information here, point 5, MLAS business meeting on August 18 at 13:15 Astana time. And Astana is, I will say, it's about maybe 12 hours from New York. So this is in the middle of the night. If someone is in the States, this will be around 1:15 in the morning or so. MLAS, the open session will be in August 19, very early in the morning, Astana time. And I will say around 8 or 9 New York time. We are still trying to secure speakers for our session. We secure Michael Dolling from ALA. He will speak about financial sustainability. And the session is about, building strong library associations initiative. We usually roll with the theme and the topics from the webinars or the activities during the year. We roll that into our Congress session. And I understand Anton will be in Kazakhstan. I'm very glad to hear that Marwa will be in Kazakhstan. And so we need to confirm other members that might be there. I know Georgia said, Georgia is he's the president of the Federation of Libraries in Brazil. I know he said he will be there, or he's trying to be there. So we need to confirm those speakers this week, because I already got an email saying that we need to upload the speakers' information. And so I will be in touch with those of you that said that will be there.
I'll be there.
Yes?
I'll be there also, Loida.
Oh, Lo Yun, yes. Oh, Lo Yun is wonderful because you have presented before, so that will be great. I understand not many members from MLAS will be in Astana. So that's why we need to know who's going to be there, and then see if you can be a speaker. And this is a very first for us. We always have most of the members of the committee attending. But again, there are different situations in the world right now that were not there last year. And it's obviously impacting our ability to be in person at meetings. The third event that we will host in Kazakhstan has to do with the associations meeting. That is usually, always actually, on Tuesday of the conference, and is presented or hosted by MLAS with the IFLA headquarters. And IFLA, if you have attended the Congress before, there's usually consultation. There are some presentations of what IFLA is doing for library associations, and some consultations, maybe some papers, some survey that we have to kind of fill, provide some information. It's the great time to do this, since we are all together, and the session is for all library associations representatives. And so these are our three sessions for Astana, and they are the same for every Congress: our business meeting, open session, and the associations meeting.
There's 3 more new members who will be going to Astana: Luis, Juha, and Deva.
Wonderful.
I will be
3 of
10.
Yes. Deva,
yes.
Juha. Three new members will be
And
joining us.
Juliana.
Juha.
See, and Juliana too. I think I heard that she's presenting a poster. So we have 4.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. That's fantastic. 4 out of 6. That's very positive. And you know, it also speaks that your countries and associations are able to support that. So that's great. Thank you so much. I might contact you then if, depending on the speaker situation, we have to move very fast on that. All right. I would like to move to the next item if there are no other questions or comments. And I will stop sharing because I cannot see the chat when I'm sharing. I want to make sure that I'm getting everything here in the chat. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Lo Yun, because when I'm sharing the screen, I cannot see the comments. Okay. The next item now, it's updates from our special interest groups. We don't have the conveners with us today, but if we receive any updates, Lo Yun usually shares them along with the minutes of the meeting. And so we're going to follow that procedure.
Loida,
Yes.
perhaps I can give 1 or 2 informations about
Yes,
of
of
information about
course.
NPSIG. I'm just a volunteer for them. I'm not a member of the leadership team anymore, but I attended the latest meeting. So I have already talked a bit about IFLA Camp, maybe not. I can give just a few details.
Yes, please share with
It
us.
will be the 10th IFLA Camp. It's a satellite meeting of IFLA, but it's, how can I say? It's an unconference. The idea is that it is free, so it's also good for professionals who can't afford the conference fee, especially local librarians, but it's open to everybody. And the idea is that one day is inside the city, I mean, it's outdoors, and there will be some kind of games and icebreakers, but basically to know each other and discover other librarians from around the world. And another day indoor, and we traditionally have an conference where everybody comes with his or her ideas, and we can discuss like new ideas. The idea is always to look into the future and to try to identify new topics and trending topics in the library field. And we also probably will have what we call a skill camp, where some librarians teach some very specific skills to each other. And I'm forgetting something. Anyway, doesn't matter. There will be other NPSIG event. There is an open session, there is a business meeting, but there are also 2, how can I say, not more inclusive, but special events that take place, if I'm not wrong, on Monday or Tuesday of the VLIC. Anyway, we'll let you know the details. I think it's on Monday, like the second day, but I'm not sure. And the first one is flash mob. We did that already 4 times, I think, in Wrocław in Poland, in Athens, in Rotterdam, and of course, in Dublin. Yes, it was wonderful in Dublin. And the idea that you come with a book and you read aloud in the city, and we film that, and it's just a very simple event that that let everybody in the city know that we librarians are there for the conference and that we read, and not only read, but anyway. So everybody can take part in that event, including non-librarians, if you have friends in Astana or partners who come with you in Astana. I said that for Louis. And after that, we also have the traditional new professionals happy hour. It's open to everyone as well. It's just a drink to know each other, and it's usually a nice moment. So that's the new professionals planning for the VLIC. Of course, the convener Paria would give you way more precise information, but that's it.
Thank you so much, Anton. And just to further add that in the past, the IFLA, well, first I want to say that the new professionals events are open to everyone, and they're usually very, very well attended. When they had an open session in Malaysia, there were more than 600 people in attendance, and the room was standing room only. The people were sitting on the floor, and they always had very interesting topics. That one was about fashion and librarianship. They had another one on failing, you know, the importance of that and how we can learn. They had another one on love, and everything is linked to librarianship. It's just very creative, and the attendance is always superb. And not only for any new librarians or students, but library associations always send representatives or the leadership to learn how to engage with the newer librarians and students. The happy hour, the same thing. It just becomes a massive event where hundreds of newer librarians are mixing with the more veteran ones, and it's really beautiful to see that networking. And the other kind of like massive blast that happens usually is reading, and it's in a plaza, or it's in Rotterdam, was in the subway station, includes hundreds and hundreds of people. The one in Dublin was attended by the local and national media, and I just found myself reading on national TV because someone just grabbed me reading during that event, and they interview me and another of the attendees. So it's not only for new librarians or students. Everything happens there, and it's just beautiful to see that networking. Anton, do you have the exact dates?
Yes, I just wrote them on the chat. It's anyway, it's on the IFLA VLIC program.
Wonderful. All right, and so we are doing great of time. The next item has to do with the action plan and reports from working groups. The advocacy working group is completing or has completed their work, and so their updates have happened at other meetings. We just keep them as part of the agenda. The important thing is that we are going to have a webinar highlighting the results on June 18. Please try to join us or consult the recording. I have received emails from different libraries and library associations around the world that are looking forward to the advocacy webinar. And the next group is the communications working group. We talked about that extensively earlier. So I will move to the next group is Building Strong Library Associations Initiative. The pending point in that working group and initiative has to do with mentorship. As you can see, we have undertaken many activities, and there are hands or colleagues that are working with us per region. So those in North America, Europe, MENA have already collaborated. Those of you that are in those regions are collaborative in terms of helping to organize the webinar there. We have then the next round is IFLA LAC, Latin America and Caribbean, Asia and Oceania, and Sub-Saharan Africa. So we have another set of colleagues that are working per region for those webinars. But this has just brought forward that we need more hands to make the last action happen, and it has to do with mentoring. So the stage that we are at right now is that I created a working group and asked them to look at a document. It's a sort of like a formulary, a survey, where we will send that to associations, publish and ask associations if they would like to be mentored, to let us know in which area, and those that would like to mentor in which area. And so right now, that's the review that is happening, and I have to kind of nudge the working group again so we can look at the form again, and then it's very good practice to share that with the IFLA headquarters so they can have eyes on that and make any contributions, edit, modifications, and then we can post it. And so this piece of the mentoring may take longer, and this is something that I will be consulting MLAS online, but it's important to follow that process, right? That the working group look and they recommend if there are any changes. I know Marwa mentioned something and I added to it, but I need to, ask the working group to look at it again and let me know for sure what they think, and then share with headquarters. It's very important that we do this in consultation, or even if it's for information with IFA headquarters, because we are all looking into how to help library associations. So, and it's not only this section, it should be, as the chair is part of the governing board, it should be working with the headquarters as well. So that's very important. That's where we are at the moment. But I have to say huge thanks to MLAS members, because they have embraced this initiative with events in their countries, with the webinars per region, and it's so much work. And so that's why everybody likes MLAS. They want to be with MLAS, but is the tremendous amount of work done by the members. So thank you so much. Now we are in our last few minutes. I just want to move to the last item where we have an agenda, and it's an online event. We're not going to do anything with it right now, but for our information, an online event with FAIF, which is the Free Access to Information and Freedom of Expression Committee of IFLA, a core activity. And I would like to share my screen briefly, because last 2 years we have collaborated with them to present a program about the freedom to read. And during the Banned Books Week, that is usually the first week in October. And so for us to keep in mind that this year, the chair of FAIF, contact me and I contact him, and to see if we were, wanted to do this together again. And there is agreement, but this will be something that will be coordinated with the new cohort. If it's, it's basically most of us, but we will start officially after August. And so it has to be done kind of rather quick, but perhaps we can, just keep it in mind. So this is the one from 2023. It was about rescuing our world from the harms of censorship. And you can see the speakers there came from different parts of the world: Brazil, Ireland, and the US. And I have the other one from last year also that I would like to share with you on screen. Let me see. Oh, okay. Last year, the theme was Read for Peace, celebrating the freedom to read in libraries. And we had different speakers as well. Here we had, again, Ireland, we had Lesotho and Mexico, and I contributed as chair. And so this is unfortunately a situation that we have to deal with in different countries, right? Banning of attempts to ban books and the freedom to read. And so I think it's important that we continue collaborating there. All right, we are at the end. We have 5 minutes. We did it. We have 5 minutes. We have spoken about so much today. Good work. Any other point or maybe question that you may have that we would like to raise at this time? You can do it on the chat. I'm going to open the chat to see if there's anything there. Yes, thank you, Juha. Definitely, we are keeping that. If we can maybe, but it has to be you know, on Google document or email. I could maybe send a call for potential speakers just to, you know, so to not do everything at the last minute between August and October. That could be something that we could do, but I need to consult with Faith and see how they want to move forward. But thank you for that. Welcome to continuing with the program. Any other comments or ideas?
Like,
Yes.
I would like to ask about the MLAS business meeting on the 18th of August. Is it going to be a formal meeting or just a discussion over any?
That's a
just
very
an
important point. That's a very important point, Loyun. At the moment, I don't think we will have quorum. We need to have 12 members there, and it doesn't seem that we will have those because the new elected officers will take office at the meeting after that. So that meeting during the Congress, that first meeting is from the old or the current cohort, and then the new cohort starts in the second meeting. Now, during Congresses from a few years back, we will have 2 meetings during the Congress. The first one with the current cohort and the second with the new cohort. But there is a practice that started a few years back where we have only 1 meeting with the current cohort in the Congress, and then the meeting with the new cohort happens after the Congress. So we won't have quorum with the current cohort for the LIC, for the World Library Information Congress in Astana as it stands right now. So that will be a meeting, but we cannot take decisions there because there won't be quorum. And so that is the reality at this time. If that changes, we will have a formal business meeting because then we can decide. But we will meet and we will start ideas, or we will follow the agenda as items are proposed by the members. So we will meet and we are holding that date for our meeting. But that's important to remember that it's our reality at the time. And it's great that the new members, 4 of the new elected members can attend. Okay, any other comments?
Yes, Loida, I would like to ask if the quorum could be completed with the online members, or they should be all in presence in Astana?
What I am understanding at the moment is that it won't be hybrid. And so that is the situation at the moment. Online and streaming is extremely expensive. For some reason, it's still hotels and Congress venues charge. It's beyond our understanding, the amount of money they charge. So at the moment, I don't understand that this will be a possibility. If that changes, then of course, yes, we will have quorum. We can follow through. We did this in Dublin to the best of our ability, because there we also had some glitches and there were a couple of people that weren't able to join the meeting online. But whenever possible, we have done this.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Marwa. And that's a point to double check with the conference.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will keep you updated.
Thank you.
All right, we are on the hour. Any other contributions? Thank you so much, if there are none at this time. This is amazing. I would like those of us that are remaining here, please turn your camera on. I'll take a screenshot. And if you can. Great, thank you. I see you little by little coming on. And I will post these on Facebook. We always post these on Facebook and mention the countries where you're coming from. Okay. If you are not on, I haven't taken the picture. Sorry, I'm gonna take it now. If you can come back. Otherwise, we can see your name. All right, 1, 2. I see some of you trying to come on. Yes, okay. All right, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Please feel free to send emails or comments, and all your contributions are very well received. Thank you, and all the very best to all of you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Bis
Bye.
dann.
Bye.